What is the biggest challenge that NHS is facing?
So I think the biggest challenge that's the NHS is facing is COVID-19, and this is in a very multifaceted way. So there are issues in hospitals with a lack of staff, a lack of beds, and in the beginning of the pandemic, a lack of PPE. There's also the public health aspect of it. So social distancing laws and people maybe not complying with them, and the mental health crisis that has come with lockdown and isolation, and also the logistical problems that arise from administering the vaccine, and again with the PPE. So in terms of the issues that are faced in hospitals, doctors, nurses, and other healthcare staff being overworked was already a huge problem. And this is exacerbated by people falling sick because of COVID. And with the PPE, the lack of that and the inability to protect the people on the front lines was a huge challenge that the NHS had to combat. When it comes to public health, isolation because of lockdown, especially in elderly populations and people who are vulnerable on the shielding list, that can cause huge impact on people's mental health. A lack of social interaction can be very debilitating. And in terms of social distancing laws, this has effect on people's businesses as well, even though this doesn't directly concern the NHS. But when there's a lack of compliance with these laws, this leads to a huge surge in cases, again, putting a strain on hospitals. And in terms of logistical problems, the administration of the vaccine at the moment requires lots of doctors and even medical and nursing students to have to be diverted into actually administering it, taking them away from their day-to-day job. And then this potentially puts routine operations and other sort of treatment on hold.
Good knowledge and good understanding demonstrated here, especially about how different factors integrate. You might have wanted to mention long COVID, but there were quite a few points made by this answer. The answer might want to include some facts or statistics showing that you've done your research, and it might be better to focus on just a few points and go into them in a little more depth rather than just listing them.
I'm just